The SG-1000 was Sega's first entry into the home video game hardware business. While it was never released in North America or Europe, it was released in Japan in 1983. And there was also a limited release in Australia and New Zealand. Now, the SG-1000 had 67 officially licensed games, and some of them were pretty good. In fact, there's 10 that I wish would have been ported and remade for the Sega Master System. The Master System succeeded the SG-1000, and I wish these games for the SG-1000 made their way to the SMS. But before we get into this video, if it's your first time on my channel, or if you just haven't yet, make sure you hit that sub button to watch plenty of Master System content from countdowns, retrospectives, and my personal collection of Master System games. We're heading back to 1983 and looking at 10 SG-1000 games that should be on the Sega Master System. Borderline. Borderline is an overhead arcade shooter that puts the player in control of a Jeep in a war zone. The Jeep is equipped with a gun that has unlimited ammunition. Each round consists of 4 stages. After the player has completed all of them, the game proceeds to the next round with increased difficulty. The first stage is a vertically scrolling shooter. The player can move the Jeep in all directions, shooting at enemies that try and destroy it by collision. The goal is simply to survive. The other stages share a different gameplay concept. The player has to navigate the Jeep toward the enemy refineries and destroy them all. Enemy tanks will spawn indefinitely, trying to stop the Jeep. In the third stage, rockets can be picked up for bonus scores. And in the fourth and final stage, the Soul Refinery is well protected and shoots missiles at the Jeep. An explosive shooter on the Master System? Count me in! The Castle. In the puzzle and platform game The Castle, the player controls a prince that has to save the princess. To find his princess, he must explore the castle, which has 100 different rooms. Each room is a puzzle on its own, as the prince must avoid hazardous objects and fat men. The player has to use objects to get to the next door. In each room, the prince has to collect keys and items such as rings, gold bars, and bottles. The bottles will give the prince an additional life. The keys may have different colors and only opens doors with the corresponding key color. The NES had Mario saving the princess in castles. The Master System could have had their own version of a prince rescuing a princess. The Castle was a great puzzle platform game. Girl's Garden. The simple little country girl, Papri, has a problem. Her boyfriend Minto seems to show signs of interest towards another little girl named Coco. Papri has to win back his love, and the only way she can achieve that is by collecting flowers and presenting them to Minto as a token of her feelings, and gradually making him forget about the other girl. Now here's a fun fact for you. Girl's Garden is Yuji Naka's debut, and it features early precursor gameplay of dating simulation mechanics. Papri has to move through a confined top-down area, collecting flowers on the way. After having collected 10 flowers, Papri can enter her boyfriend's house, completing a round, advancing to the next one with the same goal but increased difficulty. Flowers must be picked up at full blossom. Catching them too early will have no effect, while collecting the wilted flowers will make Papri lose half of her bouquet. Papri's health is called love in the game and is represented by hearts. She loses a heart if she falls into the water or if a bear comes too close to her. Bears are roaming the area and can be temporarily distracted by dropping honey pots on the ground. Bees act as allies and will supply Papri with honey and bonus items that increase the score. This one is so good. Girl's Garden would have looked beautiful with the Master System's color palette. Don't let the title fool you. This game isn't just for girls. Orgus. Orgus is a horizontally scrolling shoot 'em up based on the anime series of the same name. The inhabitants of H.E.R.O has constructed a terrifying weapon that can destroy space and time. The player character, piloting the Orgus craft, has 2 minutes and 30 seconds to get to the weapon and deactivate it. This is done by flying either in the native ship form or transforming into a powerful mecha or droid. The mecha shoots repeatedly if the player presses the fire button, while the ship's gun has to be fired separately for each shot. However, when the protagonist is in the mecha form, the screen scrolls slower, preventing the player from getting to the weapon in time. Enemies include hostile craft and stationary turrets on the ground, and there are no power-ups of any kind. And the only stage of the game repeats itself after completion with increased difficulty. Kinda sounds a lot like Transbot, but an anime-style shoot-'em-up? Well, the Master System already had an anime game with Xerion, and Orgus could have been another hit. The Black Onyx. Rumor says that the legendary Black Onyx, an artifact that grants eternal youth and happiness to those who can find it, lies within the Black Tower. You assemble a party of brave adventurers and venture into the tower, defeating monsters on your way to the great treasure. The Black Onyx is one of the very first traditional role-playing games made by a Japanese company. It has similar gameplay to early Wizardry and Ultima games, with killing monsters and exploring dungeons with dark, realistic visuals. The player creates a party of up to 5 members and explores a maze-like 3D dungeon, fighting random enemies on the way. The hero can also meet adventurers who can be convinced to join the party, while the combat is turn-based. Ugh, this one really hurts. The Black Onyx could have been a much-needed JRPG on the SMS. Players didn't have a ton of options, and with Phantasy Star being such a huge hit, the Black Onyx might have been another. The historical aspect of Black Onyx is incredible. It would have been nice to have a Master System version. Droll. Droll is a platform game where you play a cute robot that can fly and shoot. Your goal is to rescue children that are wandering around each level. The creatures to avoid and shoot vary from strange hopping beer belly aliens to demons, snakes, and axes flying through the air. Like Defender, Droll incorporates a radar at the top of the screen, so you can find the children and dodge the incoming baddies. This one just seems like another no-brainer to have on the Master System. It looks like a lot of fun. Dragon Wing. Okay, part of me just wanted to say Dragon Wing, but now that that part is out of the way, Dragon Wing is a martial arts multi-level platformer. As a martial artist named Dragon Wing, you kick and jump kick your way past martial arts baddies to rescue your girl. You must collect keys by defeating mid-level bosses to open doors and progress through the stage. It kind of reminds me of Black Belt, but another karate game on the Master System would have been refreshing. Chaken Pop. Chaken Pop is considered a predecessor of Bubble Bobble. It is a platform game where a roundish yellow creature named Chaken must fight against monsters and mitas in order to reclaim the hearts that were stolen during a romantic encounter with Miss Chack'n. The monsters, and yes, it's with an A, not an ER, hatch from the eggs hanging from the ceilings, and the mitas push a rock that is used as the game's timer. The monster eggs have 3 phases. If it's blue, it's completely harmless. If it's yellow, it will pop within 10 seconds, and if an egg turns red, it will pop almost immediately. Chaken uses bombs to blow up the monsters and their eggs, and he also uses them to release the captured hearts from their cages. When the heart is released, it will fly up and destroy the separator block and reveal the exit to the level. Sure, the Master System had Bubble Bobble, but Chaken Pop would have been just as fun for those platform lovers. H.E.R.O. Oh, there's trouble in the mines. Volcanic activity has trapped numerous miners, and it is your job to save them. As a Roderick hero, you need to make your way through the dangerous mine shaft, avoiding the dangerous creatures and lava. Find out where the miners are located before you run out of energy. To help you on your mission, Roderick Hero has several useful types of equipment. A prop pack will allow you to hover and fly around the mine shaft, all while hopefully avoiding the many dangers within. Your helmet features a short-range micro-laser beam, which can be used to destroy the bats, spiders, snakes, and other creatures that you'll encounter in the mines. From time to time, your path through the mine may be blocked by stone or lava walls. You begin each mission with 6 sticks of dynamite, which can be used to destroy these obstacles. But be careful not to blow yourself up. If you run out of dynamite, your laser beam can also be used to destroy the walls, though this will take longer and use up more energy. As the levels progress, the mine shaft will become longer and more maze-like. Creatures will more frequently block the path, and lava walls and pools will appear, which are dangerous to touch. This one looks really good, and I'd be curious to see what it would look like on the Master System. H.E.R.O does a lot of cool stuff, and I wish it was remade for the SMS. Xerion. This is a shoot-'em-up game with parallax effects in the background, and it also has a simulation of inertia in the control of the ship. You'll have 2 different types of weapon systems, one slow double-shot cannon and one fast single-shot cannon. With each enemy that is hit by the slow cannon, you get 1 shot added to the fast cannon ammunition supply. A challenge stage follows each stage in which you can build up your fast shot bullet supply. Wow, I cannot believe how good Xerion looks on the SG-1000. That little console had some power to it, and Xerion would have been maximized on the SMS. A shoot-'em-up that looks and plays great is always going to be a hit in my book. So those were 10 SG-1000 games that I wish were ported and remade on the Master System. Which one of them have you played, or which one of them do you want on the Master System? Have you ever played an SG-1000? If so, let me know your memories of it below in the comments. And while you're there, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel to watch plenty of more Master System content. Thanks for watching.